Hello there, everybody. So, Butter Not Dragon Iron, and I just basically downed about 3 freaking bowls of ramen. Just gonna throw that out there, but holy freaking shit. Whew. Anyway, let us jump right in. Sormi clutched her... Oh, God. I forgot about that. Sormi clutched her head, tears in her eyes. Apparently, Samael utilized physical force to make her lose consciousness.
そこの美少女なお姉ちゃん、ちょっと後ろ向いてねとか言うから思わずホイホイ後ろ向いたら
And that's why lollies are dangerous. Not to mention they'll get you arrested. Apparently, the last thing she heard before losing consciousness was Samael saying sorry.
生温かい目で見てあげよう。美少女という自覚を持つというのは素晴らしいわ。ただ性格を期すると私より一段ランクが低い美少女ね。そこは譲れないわ。
No comment, mostly because no matter what I say, I'll get killed by one of you three.
心底どうでもよい。
Raziel bisected Lilith's delusion with her scissors of wit.
だんだん痛みが和らいできた。やっぱり魔術って便利だね。空見も今のうちに魔術を仕込んでおこうか。生きていくにあたり、なかなか便利な代物だし。
It'd be interesting if she could actually use magic.
ああ、いいわね。とりあえず空を飛ぶくらいはなんとかできると私たちも気が楽になる。おお、じゃあ優しく教えて。10分間息を吸い続けて10分間息を吐き出し続ける。そんな簡単なお仕事。熟練波紋使いでなけりゃ不可能な領域だよそれ。このピクピクとうごめく悪魔の力を結晶化させた虫のようなものを飲み込むとか。
Is that a Tokyo Ghoul reference?
簡単だけどそれを飲み込むという時点で限りなくハードル高い。あとなんか光る入れ墨を掘り込まれそうだし嫌。
No way, it would be a Tokyo Ghoul reference if it was a centipede.
アスタロトに
There's a fucking fly in my room!
悪魔になるとか。
Whoa, 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 whoa! I just looked away for a second. What?! Raziel flushed full crimson.
恥ずかしいなら言わないでよ。当然それもやだ。
Not to mention... No, I'm not even gonna say anything about that. Sormi flushed crimson herself.
とりあえず魔導書をいくつか読ませればなんとかなるんじゃないの？
That seems like it would be probably the better decision, honestly.
ああ、そうか。魔導書を読むだけ？年季の入った魔導書はただ読むだけで魔力を与えるものもあるからね。そしてこのラジエルは天下御免のビブリオマニア。エンチャントされた書物はいくつか心当たりがある。それを読ませよう。おお、やっと楽に学べそうな案が。ただし
It's just what? Lilith gave her a wink paired with a smile.
なんか嫌な予感。
You and me both.
逆に本に取り込まれる可能性もあるから気をつけてね。
Oh, come on!
大丈夫大丈夫。最初は軽めにネクロノミコン原書版あたりから言ってみよう。大丈夫。私が隣で逐一翻訳してあげるから。
The Necronomicon?
一番最初に一番危険そうな代物持ち込んできやがったよこのバカ天使。その後は超絶簡約版ボイニッチ趣向で楽しく錬金術を学ぼう。読破したら手を合わせただけで錬成できるようになるから。
Okay, now that's a Full Metal Alchemist reference.
助けて
Grabbing Sormi's collar, Raziel pulled her out of the room, ignoring her cries completely. I wished her luck and saw her off. I didn't want to get involved with those books myself. And so, only Lilith and I remained in the room, just the two of us. Hardly the first time for such an occurrence, but I felt oddly unnerved by the prospect.
あ、そういやさ、さっきサマエルに会わなかった？
Yeah, had ourselves quite an interesting conversation, to be quite honest. Well, how should I go with this? Are we gonna give it another choice?
ああ、あった。というか、空見の姿に化けていた。
Oh, never mind then.
おお、やるもんね。さすが毒蛇、化けるのもお手の物か。
彼女の肌温度が常人より冷たいから、見破るのは簡単だと思うが。
Excuse me, I'm gonna go kill this frickin' fly. Don't mind me. Good news is, Fly's dead. All I had to do was order my nanomachines to rework my eyes so I could inspect the potency of her infrared radiation.
いや、それを感知できるやつがなかなかいないのよ。相変わらず便利な体ですこと。
便利か。リリス、便利といえば君こそ便利だろう。
便利？この幻影の体がかね。
I realized I was trying to pry into her history unconsciously.
そうだ。幻影であるということが知られているならば、君を殺そうという存在は少ないだろう。
There was no point in killing her. There was no point in fighting her.
殺そうという存在はいなくとも、苦しめるというサディスティックな方はいらっしゃいましたよ。
To tell the truth, I wasn't particularly fond of that scoffing laughter of hers. It didn't suit her.
そういう輩は、君のテレンテクダに飲まれて死ぬだろうさ。
それからね、もう一つ幻影には幻影なりの悩みがあるのよ。
なんだ？
アイデンティクライシス。
Identity... Lilith, you okay there?
今噛んだか？
Why did you just lisp that?
噛んでない。噛んでないよ。
Don't lie to me. Well, whatever. If I tried to pursue that topic, our conversation would get derailed all the way to the moon again.
まあ、つまり、本体は立派にレゾンデートルを持って立派に生きているわ。でもね、幻影の私は厳密に言うと自分で生きる理由を持っているわけじゃない。
Wait, you don't have a race on dare?
幻影でありながら、一個人としての人格を持つがゆえか。
Lilith gave me... Lilith... thank you. I think there's a bit of a typo here. I think it's supposed to be Lilith gave me a small nod, not give, and tapped her head a few times.
いやー、特にこのところそれがひどくてね。私はリリスなのか、リリスの幻影なのか、それともそれ以外の何かなのか。
それは辛いな。
Pretty bad. She gave me a cordial laugh.
あったと思ったら、それは私のものじゃなくて、気づけば私は私であるという理由が欲しくなっていた。
Well, maybe we can find you a race on dare. She sighed. It seemed like she was seriously stressed, as much as that wasn't like her usual self.
ごめんなさい、変な話だったわ。それより、あなたのレゾンデートルはどうなのよ。ちゃんと見つけられそう？
Before I knew it, the topic of the conversation switched to me. The reason for my existence, huh?
小さな目的はある。だが、大きなものは見つからない。
一応言っておくけど、第二階層での戦いは私とラジエルの助力なしで乗り越えなければならないわよ。
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted.
それは僕からも頼もうと思っていた。
にゃ。
先ほどサマエルと約束した。第二階層でただ二人で戦おうと。
へえ、サマエルが約束するだなんて、あなたあの娘っ子に気に入られたのね。
To an uncomfortable degree, yes.
娘っ子？
そこを疑問に持つな。持つとこの場にいる全員が痛々しくなるから。
I already understood that full well discussing meals with Samuel. I should try being more careful with what I say from now on.
ともかく、いいわね。一人で戦い、一人でサマエルを殺しなさい。できる？
やる。
I didn't know if I could. She was, after all, the fallen angel of venom and death, the so-called mastermind of the divine calamity.
結婚は3日後。その時までに徹底的に訓練するわ。 相手がサマエルならある程度のことはわかるし、戦略も立てられるでしょ。
了解。
あとはまあ2人で戦いたいというのが先方のリクエストなら、空見は手伝わせない方がいいか。
そうしてくれ。できれば巡礼にも連れて行きたくないんだが。
それはダメよ。彼女はゲテルの瞳を継承した。彼女の瞳は世界の真実を、未来すら見通すことができる。で、
Oh, sorry. She suddenly lowered her voice. What was that all about?
悪用する輩がいるかもしれないってことよ。
Obviously. Like Astaroth, I supposed?
信頼は大事よ。だけど信用しすぎるのも考えものね。彼はたまたまルシファーが行方不明になっていて、たまたまベルゼバブが壊れた結果トップに躍り出たんだから。
In other words, it was very possible he might as well have been pulling the strings behind the curtains.
ああ、カマイルは大丈夫よ。あいつは見た目通りちょっといえ、頭が不自由で。
Thank you for correcting yourself.
言い直した意味が全くないぞ、リリス。
True.
暑苦しくて。
See, you could have settled with that.
それは認めるが。
ほう、天道刹那。
Ah, crap! Time slowed to a crawl. I slowly turned around, meeting Camille's beaming smile.
こんにちは。いいお天気ですね。
Yeah, you're dead.
まあ、外で戦うのに絶好の日和だな。
Called it. He didn't break a smile, but that only made the situation more terrifying.
勘違いされては困るのですが、暑苦しいとか言ったのは僕の背後にいる彼女です。
Setsuna!
もちろんだとも。リリスも後で俺と話そうじゃないか。二人きりで体育館あたりがいいか。
Oh my god.
いやあ、当方男とお付き合いしたこともない低粛極まりない美少女でして。
ああ、大丈夫だ。遠慮なくどつき回してやるから。
Jeesh.
おい、それ以前に私のボケに突っ込んでくれ。
男と付き合ったこともない低粛な女性。
A ferocious blow crashed into my liver, causing me to cough crimson blood.
ビート、ショーを取り除いてどうする？喧嘩売ってんのか？
すまん。
まあ、美人かどうかは些細なことだからともかくとして。
些細じゃないっつうの。
お前が男と付き合ったこともない耳年まであることは疑いようもない事実だからな。
What the shit just happened?
へこむわ。なんというか、素でそう思われているのがへこむわ。
It sounded like she just talked in the middle of Camiel speaking.
それで、第二階層への出立は3日後でいいのか？そのことについて確認しに来たら、なんか自分のことが足玉に言われていたのだが。
問題ない。それから相手はサマエルということになりそうだ。
Camiel's features contorted as he heard the name.
俺と戦うのか？
Yeah, kinda.
おそらく直々にそう言い渡されたから。
There's another fucking fly in here! What the shit?
ならばこうしてはいられんな。今すぐ俺と戦うぞ。あれとは2度3度剣を交えた。その経験が役に立つだろう。
Oh.
強いのか？
今のお前にとっては誰だって強いだろう。
Everyone in here is strong for you. Oh, okay. Sad but honest truth.
相手は毒と死の天使。最強かどうかは議論の余地があるだろうが、最高に立ちが悪い相手であることは間違いない。3日間、俺とラジエル、それからベリアルやルキフグスのじい様も含めて、徹底的にお前を鍛え上げよう。
Okay. Training not only with you, but with also Raziel, Belial, and Lucifuge? Christ!
ありがたい。
果たして3日後もそう言っていられるか。賭けでもしてみるか？ リリス。
いやー、いくら刹那でも恨むんじゃないかな。
Probably. The two smiled at me like scheming hyenas. I had a very bad feeling about what was to come. And my bad feeling wasn't unfounded.
全部かぶせ。全部かぶせなければやり直し。休憩なし。空行くぞ。
まあ、死んだ気になってやるといい。
Oh shit! I had to dodge an onslaught of beams of light. They traveled only around the same velocity as sound, so normally it shouldn't have been that big of an issue for me to evade them. Unfortunately, they fell on me in volleys like rain. How was I supposed to dodge anything when the area covered by projectiles was higher than that of actually safe place? Not to mention, every single one of their beams seemed potent enough to kill an average man. Though they told me they were holding back.
これはひどい。生きてる？
なんとか心臓は動いている気がする。
ざっと300発近く直撃したな。ゼロになるまでの道のりは遠いぞ。明日までになんとかしろ。
Jesus!
了解した。
I stood up and continued fighting the torturous beams of light. It was around sunrise when I finally reached the stage where I could dodge most of them. Unable to eat, I borrowed a mattress that I normally never used and fell asleep as if dead that night. Oh god, the next day I had to face a tag team of Belio and Lucifuge.
第二階層でサマエルと戦うんだって。あいつは立ち悪いぞ。
ならば我らが貴様を鍛え上げて一人前の悪魔程度にはしてみせよ。それで戦う土台くらいは作ることができる。
This certainly beats the training from the first two routes, Jesus.
じいさま珍しく張り切ってんな。
気まぐれだ。
今日は近接戦闘だ。武器も拳も足も頭も使えるものは何でも使いな。
I pulled my sword out of the pocket dimension. I didn't need to hesitate about using the sword of the seven deadly sins in this situation. After all, my opponents were Belial and Lucifuge.
悪魔と戦うということの恐ろしさ、身をもって知るがよ。
まさか途中で武器を使い出して悪魔の言葉を信用するなど愚かなりとか言い出さないか。
わしを侮辱するのか。
あなたの隣にいるベリアルはこそこそ悪空間に武器を隠しているのだが。
聞く。
Yeah, caught you in the act, buddy.
貴様、それでも本当に法学者か。
うるせえ。俺が法律は文句あるかこれ。
He is the law! And so, I had to fight them. My sword and their fists would cross in an arc, yet somehow their attacks would crash into my face before I could reach them. Cursing the unfair nature of demonic speed, I battled them while spraying the ground crimson with my own blood. Christ, it felt more like a lynching than a fair fight at this point. Trying to use my special powers, like Takemikazuchi or Hinokagutsuchi, would only result in pissing them off, and thus inflicting more pain on me.
速さが足りんわ。
力が足らんな。
I sighed within my heart at their callous remarks. Using 4 packs of liquid nutrients that night, I again fell asleep like a rock. Finally, on the third day, I ended up face to face with Astaroth.
サマエルか。震災を起こしたとおぼしき打天使と第二階層で戦うことになるとは。運がいいのか悪いのか。
More than likely bad luck.
いいと考えた方が前向きな気がする。
Astaroth gave me a smile, which alone seemed to change the air of the entire place.
なぜリリスは最後に俺と向かい合うようにしたか考えられるかね。
Because you're one of the top dogs and possibly one of the strongest demons here. Possibly strongest individuals.
正直わからない。
簡単さ。仮にも俺は地獄の対抗だ。ただ相対するだけで弱者を圧迫させることができる。
So I still qualified as weak in their eyes.
そうショックを受けるな天道刹那。 なるほど、君は確かに強い。君の過去は素晴らしく独創的で、君自身も素晴らしいとは思う。状況によるが、君こそ巡礼を成し遂げる人間かもしれない。
Gee, I wonder, is that foreshadowing? Possibly? Who knows?
それでも僕は弱者だと。
ああ、その通り。なぜなら君には意志がない。
それは
Raison d'Air. The most important of concepts in this Tokyo Babel, the veneration of one's very existence. Astaroth gave me a nod.
だから君は相対した瞬間、俺に敗北している。それを探し見つけなければ、あの打天使に勝つ見込みは極めて薄いと言わざるを得ないだろう。
ではどうすれば。
君がどうするかを決めなさい。
Astaroth extended his arms wide in a grand display.
この世界は誰のものでもない。そしてそれゆえに誰のものでもある。我々は生きる理由、生きる意味、生きる意義を申し立てることで世界を一時支配下に置く。誰もが目的を抱いている。誰もが己の色を持っている。義務、奉仕、欲望、保留、破壊、創造。そういった意志を抱いて世界に挑もうとしている。そう、その意志こそがこの世界に漂う魔力に強い思考性を与え、改変を可能にするのだ。
Did I have a color? My motivation was that instilled was bleh. My motivation that I'm thinking is supposed to be that was. My motivation that was instilled in me by Lilith. I was a complacent tool.
そうだね。まずは考えてみるといい。たとえ戦いの最中であれ。
No, wait, looking back, that was grammatically correct.
常にその考えを頭の隅に置いておきなさい。
I gave him a nod and Astaroth cracked his knuckles.
では、実践講義を開始しよう。
Okay. Oh, holy shit! This is a little this is like, reminds me of the freaking hallways where the chorus was. Incredible pressure fell on every pore of my body the very next moment, and yet Astaroth regarded me with a smile on his face.
何？今回は簡単だ。君は何もしなくていい。俺も何もしない。俺はただ君を見るだけだ。
What's the practice? Trying to withstand your power? Don't look at me. I almost cried out from the unbearable nature of this trial. True to his word, Astaroth didn't do anything. He didn't even try to do anything. But at the same time, he was a grand demon, the crowned prince of hell, the demon lord Astaroth. He didn't need to speak or change his shape to pressure humans into certain demise. The immense pressure forbid me to breathe. I felt as if a sharpened blade had been chiseling hairs on my throat, waiting to slip and open to gape. I grinded my teeth. I squeezed my palms into fists. Seeing through my predicament, Astaroth smiled to himself. A feeling of intense shame ran along my body, making my hair stand as if trying to erupt from their pores, adding more potency to my impulse to flee. Standing in one's presence, remaining immobile, he could crush humans like ants. Such a conviction dawned upon my heart.
ずいぶん顔色が悪いな。なぜか。君はただ座っているだけ。俺もただ座っているだけだ。
それは。
That's because you are here. That's because your lordship is here. But I felt like I would lose something if I actually voiced those thoughts. To put it more lightly, and in a more understandable manner, I was afraid, positively awed by him.
なんでもない。気のせいだ。
そうかね。
He laughed at me. Shame gnawed at my heart even harder than terror.
我々は恐怖を食らって力を増し、絶望を吸って生きてきた生物だ。人間の感情には敏感。
He gave me a mocking smile. In other words, there was no use trying to hide my feelings from him. I steeled my heart and took a deep breath. My fear didn't wane. Only air as cold as winter's snow invaded my insides. Still, I at least seemed to have mustered enough strength to open my mouth.
なら隠しても仕方ないか。僕、
なぜか
それは
I wondered why. He showed no killing intent, no animosity, no malice. He neither assaulted me with words, nor displayed a hint of using magic. I couldn't understand the reason. All I knew was that I wanted to flee from this place as fast as possible. Still, I had to fight that feeling away. I had to. I had to. And if I did, I would finally see the answer to his question. He was alive. He had a reason to live. There was significance in his life. He didn't give in to the world, and made it his own instead. And that was why he was so terrifying. I wasn't afraid of being killed by him. I was afraid of my own heart that seemed to want to succumb to his luster, subjugate itself to his hegemony.
気づいたかね。俺は意外にも君を高く買っているのだよ。
手駒としてか。
おや、それ以外に何があるとかね。
Brazen words, but ones that fit a being of his stature. My heart actually seemed to start wishing to become his tool. Wouldn't it be heavenly to have my life serve his grand purpose? I gritted my teeth and made the thoughts disappear.
僕、生きたい。自由にとは言わない。だがせめて自分の意志を抱きたい。
I didn't want to live according to someone else's words. I didn't want to live like a leaf carried down the stream.
では問おう。サマエルと戦うのはなぜだ。
That was
サマエルが決着を望み、僕がそれを望んだからだ。そう。望んだのは彼女と僕だ。
君は戦うことが好きか。
大嫌いだ。
I hated hurting others. I hated being hurt.
でも、そうじゃない気がする。サマエルとの戦いはそういうものじゃない。
I grew hotter and hotter with every word. The reason for my life seemed to slowly start forming in front of my eyes.
サマエルと戦うというのは僕の義務であり、誇りであり、意志だ。
We made a pinky promise. We swore to each other that we would fight and kill, settle our differences. And I couldn't let myself betray that promise no matter what. The wish didn't come from someone's orders, but from my own will.
それでは俺の役割は終わりかな。
Astaroth took a step towards me, yet I no longer felt scared at the slightest. In the end, that was exactly what he wanted to teach me. I had my own reason to live. It was a small thing, nothing that warranted putting one's life on the line, but it was still mine. I decided to cling on to it with tooth and nail. I decided to protect the small promise I exchanged with the fallen angel no matter what. I shall defeat her on my own volition. Not necessarily kill. Murder would only be a side effect, a matter of unfortunate fate. Still, at the same time, I didn't mean to hold back. I shall wager it all, the few years of my life, against the thousands of years of her history. And I was sure that was exactly what Samael wished of me herself. That was interesting.
よろしいのですか。
何がだね。
サマエルを見捨ててもよろしいのでしょうか。
あれもだいぶガタが来ているからな。そろそろ打ち果たしたという結末を迎えてもいい頃かもしれん。
それでは以降の障害物はいかがいたしますか。
お前がやるかね。
できないとは申しませんが、いかんせん理屈が足りないでしょうな。
だろうな。まあいい、考えておこう。今日は少し疲れた。一人にしてくれ。
はい。
The Suffused vanished. Astaroth sat down on his chair and gazed up at the ceiling absent-mindedly. He closed his eyes and saw a dream. Oh. The boy would die. Of course, for it was Astaroth himself who would kill him. Though however ironic, he wasn't even conscious of his own plan.
死ぬのか私は。
死ぬな、君は。
He declared his friend's end coldly, somberly, and with a hint of genuine emotion that even he could not conceal.
死ぬか。そうか。これが死ぬということか。恥ずかしいな、私は。
恥ずかしい。
人間たちにあれほど伝えていたはずだ。死ぬことは恐ろしくない。恐ろしいのは罪人だけ。善良に生きてきたのならば、死を怖がる必要などないと。
怖いか。
The boy didn't hesitate.
ああ、とても怖い。怖いな。我々の教えのくだらぬことよ。死とはこれほど恐ろしく、生とはこれほど甘美だったか。だがしかし、死より恐ろしい永遠なる概念があった。全くお笑い草だな。永遠を生きているがゆえに、永遠という概念を知らずに生きてきたとは。ああ、永遠とはこれほどの絶望だったのか。
A convulsion ran along his body. Those that were immortal should have never comprehended the truth of their own being. They could only bear the weight of eternity because they couldn't understand its essence. The truth was a delicious poison that everyone's heart could not help but crave for. The boy, having tasted it and understood it, could no longer bear it. Without a moment of deliberation, he pierced his heart with his own sword. He was not running away. He merely did not want the world to suffer from his own madness that threatened to destroy all and everything in its path. So he chose death instead, to avert such a fate, and so did most of his companions. There was but one that didn't make it in time. Doubtless, he rained a furious hellfire upon the world as they spoke.
俺には君が平気そうに見えるがね。
The boy smiled and a single tear trickled down his cheek.
いやいや、これがそうでもないのだよ。私はただ意地を張っているだけだ。この世で最も信頼すべき悪魔に対して意地を張り通しているだけなのだ。
どうして？
The boy rubbed his eyes.
お前のような男に泣き顔を見せてたまるか。死ぬその瞬間まで笑ってやるさ。
そうか。ならば俺も笑って君を見送ろう。
Astaroth placed his palm on his friend's forehead.
さて、アスタロト、煉獄は動いたか。私が全てを注いだあれはちゃんと地獄から切り離されたか。
ああ、順調だ。人を救い、天使を救い、悪魔を救うための巨大な箱舟。東京バベルはきちんと起動した。
ならばよし、東京バベルが希望になることを祈ろう。あの煉獄から天国へと至り、扉を開く人間がきっと現れるはずだ。
そうなるといいな。
アスタロト、みんな頼む。天使と悪魔がいさかいを起こす時代は終わりを告げた。全てを救うことはできずとも、救えるものはあるはずだ。約束してくれ、アスタロト。東京バベルの皆を守ってみせると。
ああ、約束しよう。
The boy clung to Astaroth's hand that rested on his forehead. Letting out a long breath, he showed his friend a trusting smile.
ありがとう。ならば私もお前に礼をしなければならんな。
礼など必要ないさ。
いや、この状態の私だからこそできる礼がある。この状態でしかできない礼がある。
ミカエル。
He guided Astaroth's hand to his neck. Astaroth opened his eyes wide, a tremor running across his shoulders.
やれ。やってくれ。これこそがお前の望みだったはずだ。
待て。待ってくれ。俺は。
Oh, how he wished for this antinomy of love and hate. The apotheosis of his raison d'etre. The boy considered Astaroth with unwavering eyes, shining like two diamonds in dull light.
私にお前の感情はきっと理解できない。私は天使だったからお前のそういう業を理解したくともできない。
やめてくれ。
Astaroth could barely force the words out. No, this wasn't it. Nay. He didn't wish to kill him. He loved him.
こうも思う。お前の気持ちに応えてやることができるのはきっとこれから先も私以外に存在しないのだろうと。
The boy gave Astaroth another smile and guided his other hand to his neck.
早くしないと私はお前の手を借りずに消えてしまうことになる。それが何よりの恐怖だ。
Jeez.
殺したい。な。
He didn't wish to kill him, really? Was he trying to kid himself?
やれ。やるがいい、アスタロト。私に悔いがあるとするならば、それはお前だけなんだ。
Jeez, now you're just making me feel bad about Astaroth. That raison d'etre is just bull.
なぜ君は俺に付き合ってくれた。
The boy faintly smiled and placed his hand on Astaroth's cheek.
さあな、愛していたからだろうか。神の愛以外私にはわからないが、お前と共にいつまでも過ごしたいと思った。
He could tell the angel's hands were shaking. His feelings rising up like a violent torrent, Astaroth could hardly contain himself any longer. His neck was fragile and white like snow, although a few spots of dirt had tainted its purity.
目を閉じてくれ。君が目を見開く姿など。
そうか。それではお前も見納めか。
The boy closed his eyes.
すまない。
Such was his nature, the essence of his very existence. The reason he lived for. He had to kill him out of love.
さよなら、アスタロト。
His last words were plainly simple, painfully normal. Astaroth could feel the bones of the angel's neck crack under the pressure of his fingers. He could feel the boy's heart slow and eventually stop, magic and blood coming to a halt within his veins. Tears spilled forth from Astaroth's eyes, torturous, heart-rending, lovely. An odd feeling of fulfillment accompanied by a terrible emptiness filled his chest.
なんたる矛盾。なんたる生涯だ。だが君の願いは必ず俺が叶えよう。魔王としての力を持って。
Damn it. Astaroth truly tried to fulfill the promise to his friend, but somewhere along the line he strayed off the path.
東京バベル。
No, that wasn't what the boy wished for. But by the time the Demon Lord realized it, he had gone too far to come back. Samiel is the main obstacle, Masters as her support. Their role was to meet pilgrims and stop them in their tracks, and so angels and demons, terrified by the prospect of their own demise, flocked to Tokyo Babel, bringing people from withering worlds together with them. As a result, Tokyo Babel grew stable, but not in the way the boy wished to, for it became a giant fortress of stagnation rather than a road to salvation. With almost no pilgrims left to conquer its stratums, the preservation of Tokyo Babel might as well have been assured for eternity. All he had to do was have everyone on the first stratum dance to his tune, and from time to time use the fools to weed out the less cooperative masters when they would go out of control. And so the balance in Tokyo Babel would be preserved for an eternity. The illustrious purgatory that the boy used his last strength to erect would exist for all time to come, exactly as he wished. I can't believe he can be this stupid sometimes. It seems I should have been more careful when wording my wish. He felt as if he heard the boy's disappointed, lonesome voice.
だが終わらせたくなかったんだよ。この東京バベルを。お前が愛を持って作り出した存在を終わらせたくはなかったんだ。
He himself knew full well that at this point he was obsessed with a promise that he had twisted with his own hands. Yet as the Demon Lord of Passion, he could not help but succumb to the siren's call of his own obsession and twisted logic. He sinned more than he could ever hope to atone for. Still, he couldn't bring himself to stop. Such was his decision and final verdict. There was no place for doubt in his heart, and so he'd keep to his scheme for eternity, until there appeared one that saw through and condemned it, finally bringing about the fall of the contradictory Demon Lord. And he felt that such a day may be near. Unable to bear it any longer, angels combined their powers to give birth to the most valiant of heroes of the New World, Adam. And then there was that construct of twisted passions from a warped world, Yadaboeth, by the name of Tendo Setsuna. Astaroth felt both of them had enough power to finish their pilgrimage and end this world. But he didn't want for it to end yet. Tokyo Babel was an eternal paradise, a blissful prison of his making.
邪魔はさせん。
The one wish of the Demon Lord Astaroth had been to freeze the present moment and turn it into an eternity. The one wish of the girl had been the destruction of this world, and she finally got the last piece to set her scheme into motion. Now she wasn't a helpless fool that anyone could take things away from as they pleased. Now she was the pillager instead. Now she wasn't among those who lamented the things lost. Now she embodied the Reaper himself. With the fervor of a mad dog, she cried to heaven for the world, heaven, hell, purgatory, and everything therein to fall to ruin. And finally, the scheme to make that a reality was set in motion. The fruit of knowledge destroyed the one labeled omnipotent. The concept of immortality inscribed in the Sefer Raziel drove the angels mad and spread like a plague. Although at that point, it could hardly be called her achievement anymore. She gave divine beings a gentle push, and merely observed as they destroyed themselves. She could hardly believe how easily it all went. The multiverse has already withered away, and the last part of the world that remained might as well have been an unterminal care. The omnitude of existences fell apart. And once this last bastion fell, there would be nothing left. The profanity by the name of life would vanish from the universe like the frivolous candlelight it was. In any case, she was very satisfied with the outcome, except for one little thing.
イブどうした？
いえ、何でもありません、アダム。
Eve turned around to see the young man regard her in his perpetually aloof gaze. Calling him emotionless would be wrong. However, as his feelings weren't missing, merely suppressed. His design was as such to maximize his pilgrimage effectiveness. The angels didn't fool around on creating him, though their effort would in the end be for naught. Yes, it was the end. It was the end, but for some reason she couldn't shake an odd feeling of anxiety away. The girl with Gethel's eyes that Tendo Setsuna saved. Kugutsu Sorimi might still lead them to the future somehow. Also the young man himself. Sharing Adam's design, he was the result of a failed experiment to create a living god. Those two were the only anomalies in her scheme. Still, she could not go ahead and do away with them in front of the public's eyes.
サマエルと戦うそうだ。
Eve made a face. Adam would always start conversations abruptly, choosing to voice only the most important information and omit the rest.
天道刹那がですか？
ああ。第二階層で二人が戦うらしい。
However disagreeable that was, Eve had to cheer for Samael in the present situation. Under normal circumstances, no one would consider the notion of a fallen angel of venom and death perishing to mortal hands, but this was Tokyo Babel. Not to mention the current Samael had been but an inferior copy of the original that was growing worse with every subsequent resurrection.
私はあなたに戦ってもらいたかったですね。
Adam fell silent and thought for a few moments.
お前は俺が戦っている姿が見たかったのか？
いえ、別に違います。ただ、サマエルは因縁ある相手だったので。
He gave her an understanding nod.
ああ。お前をそそのかした蛇だからな。なるほど。納得した。
私はアダムが戦う姿はあまり見たくありません。
Were those her true feelings, or a lie? Even she couldn't tell. Adam cocked his head to the side, puzzlement on his face.
俺は戦うために生まれてきたようなものだが。
いいえ、戦うことは主目的ではありません。アダムは東京バベルを踏破し、許しを請うために生まれてきたはずです。
To become a sacrificial lamb for God, she thought the notion worthy both of condolence and mockery. Condolence, oh my... God damn it, I am a freaking idiot. It's condolence, you... God, I'm a dingus! Adam gave her another understanding nod. He didn't feel hesitant to throw his life away for God.
アダム、私が傷ついたら、救いを求めたら、あなたは私を助けてくれますか？
当たり前だろ。お前は俺の妻で、俺はお前の夫だぞ。
Even if it were God himself that did her harm? She couldn't bring herself to put the question to words.
ありがとうございます。嬉しいお言葉です。
And so she smiled to sweep the issue under the rug. Everything about them was full of deceit, a farce with naught but lies abound. Still, she truly felt gladdened by his words. That alone had been true. Unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to end it, because mostly I'm kind of getting some stuff taken care of, including, transporting some stuff. Well, basically just moving to a different location. Not really moving, but... Well, let's just say that the past couple... It may not sound it, but my schedule's actually been pretty the same, I would say. But let's just say that I kind of had to do some house sitting, so it took me a lot to transport a lot of my shit. But I'm getting ready to go back to my original recording location. So, I kind of have to get some more time to go ahead and pack everything up. But, blah. Schedule will still be remaining as usual. It's just that this video is going to be a tad bit short. Which brings up into the question how it's always Tokyo Babel that gets screwed over, honestly, which upsets me quite. Actually, that kind of just pisses me off. But unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to end it. Also, it seems like a good place to end it, really, in terms of the story here. That way we'll spend more time on the second stratum in the next episode. So, if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.